Thank you so much for joining us here at Yoga for Love. This evening's Cozy Flow with Christine is going to start with us in supported bridge. So please take your block or a rolled up towel or a pillow. Come on down to your mat and bring the back flat to the mat with the knees bent and the feet flat, kind of like you're preparing for a bridge pose. And then go ahead and just press into your feet, lift the hips, and tuck your prop right underneath where you would normally be wearing a belt if anybody wore belts anymore. Go ahead and rest your hands either on your belly or maybe out to the sides in corpse pose position with the palms facing up. Take the feet a little wide on the mat and let the knees kind of fall in toward one another so that they're kissing, supporting each other in this nice little supported bridge pose. We're just going to begin to gently start to release the psoas muscle, which runs right along the hip, and it begins actually connected to the bones in the small of the back, and then wraps around the hips and along the front of the hip flexors right here in the groin area. So if you're having tightness or tension or weakness in any of those areas, that could all be related to the psoas muscle. And it could all be related to held trauma or stress or anxiety. So tonight, we don't want to strengthen it or stretch it as much as we just want to have some release. So as you're laying here in this nice little supported bridge pose, the first thing that we want to do is focus on our breath. Just notice how you're breathing. No need to change anything just yet. Just notice where you are. And I invite you to close your eyes here. And if that's not comfortable, just take a soft gaze up towards the sky. And if you rest your hands on your belly, you can kind of feel the rise and fall of your belly as you inhale and exhale. If that's not where your hands are, just notice how the air feels as it enters and leaves your nostrils. Maybe you feel a little tickling sensation. Maybe you feel a temperature change, a little cool or maybe warm air coming in and out. And then let's go ahead and deepen the breath a little bit. We're going to do a 3-part breath here. So as you inhale, notice how the belly rises. And then the area at the solar plexus right beneath the breastbone. And then the chest where the sternum is. And then as you exhale, first the chest releases, and then the area at the solar plexus, and then the belly. Inhale, belly, solar plexus, chest. Exhale, chest, solar plexus, belly. And continue with this breath. And as you do, maybe visualize the diaphragm which is located just about where that solar plexus is. Diaphragm, when it is in a completely relaxed position, is basically a flat muscle running right across the belly horizontally. When you inhale, the diaphragm presses downward, pushing your organs away as your lungs fill up with air, and it kind of curls down in the shape of a smile. And when you exhale, the diaphragm pushes the air back out of the lungs, and it's kind of shaped like a little jellyfish. So as you inhale and exhale, notice how when the air comes in, you can visualize that diaphragm making a nice big smile at your solar plexus. And as you exhale, visualize how that diaphragm takes the shape of a beautiful jellyfish, pushing the air back out. So inhale, belly, smile at the diaphragm, chest. Exhale, chest, jellyfish, belly. So keep that visualization going throughout our practice tonight. And whenever you feel your attention wandering, just bring it back to that wonderful, nourishing, three-part breath. Now we're going to bring our feet back to parallel. Lift the hips up off your prop and set the prop aside. And bring the small of the back down to the mat. As you exhale, bring one knee at a time in towards your chest and give your shins a little hug. Maybe rock back and forth a little bit, massaging the low back. And notice how the closer you have your knees to your collarbone, the higher on the back you get that massage. And the farther away your knees are, the lower the massage is. Maybe more on the upper part of the buttock than on the low back. And just explore a little bit, play with that, moving your knees out, away from the body and closer in, letting your body decide what feels best here. Continue that breath, inhaling belly, smile at the solar plexus chest. Exhale chest, diaphragm, belly. And then with your knees bent, bring your palms to the back of your thighs and use your hands, not your legs, to draw the knees in close as possible. You can get to your collarbones. And then just gently using the arms, allow the knees to fall away from the torso. Inhale as you bring the knees away. Exhale as you bring the knees closer to the collarbones. Using that three-part breath, nice and slow and gentle. Keep the chin tucked a little here just to keep the neck nice and long. And keep the shoulder blades and the small of the back nicely supported on the mat underneath you. The next time you inhale, go ahead and bring the soles of the feet back to the mat. And here we're going to do kind of a different sort of a movement to release that psoas muscle. So as you inhale with the feet parallel, soles on the mat, knees bent, Go ahead and bring the palms to the mat next to your hips. Snuggle your shoulder blades under your back. Tuck the chin to keep the neck nice and safe and long on the mat. And then inhale and arch your back so that the small of the back is lifting away from the mat. Exhale to press the small of the back to the mat. We're just doing a very gentle pelvic tilt here. Just warming up and loosening up that psoas muscle. Might feel a little tightness here, and it might be a little bit uncomfortable, especially if the psoas is really tight. But don't go beyond a point of discomfort to any kind of pain. If you feel any pain, or if you feel your breathing is compromised, back off a little bit and don't make the tilts as generous as they are. Just very small, very easy, very gentle. Inhale, arching the back off the mat. Exhale, pressing the small of the back downward. As you inhale, the hip bones are pointing down towards your feet. And as you exhale, the hip bones are pointing up towards the collarbones. And just keep that up there a few more times, moving with the breath. Letting your psoas release. Giving yourself permission to be gentle and take care of yourself. And so now we're going to add on to this little ditty. This time, inhale, arching the back, letting the hip bones point towards your feet. Exhale, bringing the hip bones to point towards the collarbone, pressing the small of the back into the mat, and lifting the left knee up towards the collarbone, keeping that right foot pressed down to the mat. As you inhale and arch the back, slide the left leg long and away from you so that the left leg is straight and the right knee is still bent. Exhale, pressing the small of the back to the mat here with the leg long. Inhale, arching the back away from the mat, still with that leg long. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press, and bend the knee and bring the foot parallel with the right leg again. So we're going to do that little routine a few times here on the left side. So inhale, arch the back away from the mat. Exhale, press and lift the knee towards the collarbone. Inhale, arch the back and slide the left leg long. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press, and bring the left leg back next to the right. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, press and draw the knee in towards the collarbone. Inhale, arch the back and let the left leg stretch away long. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press and bring the knee back in. Last time here with just the leg. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, press and draw the knee in. Inhale, arch and send the left leg out long. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press. And bring the knee back in. Just take a moment here to maybe windshield wiper the knees, just gently a little bit from side to side. As the knees go to the right, take your gaze to the left so that you're getting just a little bit of movement in the neck. And as the knees go to the left, take the gaze to the right. And just gently continue doing that for a few moments. And then come back to center with your gaze and the knees. Let's tap back into that 3-part breath here. Inhale, belly, smile, chest. Exhale, chest, solar plexus, belly. And as you do that, just going to mention that you might notice as we do these movements, a little snapping, crackling, popping as ligaments are moving and releasing, and that's totally normal. But if you have any pain here, just come back to the breath with the knees bent. Now we're going to continue this little ditty on the left side, but we're going to add the left arm as well. So starting with the knees bent, feet flat on the mat, legs parallel, hands at your side, palms down next to your hips. Shoulder blades are tucked under, chin is tucked to keep the neck long. We're going to inhale and arch the back off the mat. Exhale, press the back and draw the knee in towards the collarbone. And then as you inhale and slide the leg away and arch the back, lift the left arm up, overhead, and back towards the floor behind you. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. Exhale, bring the hand and the foot back to our starting position. So we're going to do that a couple more times. And it's okay if it gets a little wonky. Just try to keep your focus on the movement and on the breath. So we're going to inhale, arch the back away. Exhale, press and draw the knee towards the collarbone. Inhale, arch the back and draw the arm and the leg long. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press, and bring everything back to center. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, press and draw the knee towards the collarbone. Inhale, arch the back and let the arm and leg extend long. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. And exhale, draw everything back to center. Take a few windshield wipers here, taking the knees towards the right as the gaze comes left. Knees to the left as the gaze comes right. Back and forth. Loosening up. And then next time you come left with the knees, that's the last time. Take the gaze and the knees back up to the sky. And just come back to that 3-part breath here for a moment. And notice how your hips might feel a little different. Now that we've stretched out the whole left side or released the left side, the right side is probably really ready for its opportunity to do the same thing. So let's go ahead and do that. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, press and draw the knee towards the collarbone. Inhale, arch the back, leg only this time, letting the right leg come out long as you arch the back. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. Exhale, draw the knee back up towards the sky. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, press and draw the knee towards the collarbone. Inhale, send the leg out long as you arch the back. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press and bring the knee back up towards the sky. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press and draw the knee in. Inhale, arch and send the right leg out long. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press and bring the knee back up towards the sky. Now let's add the arm. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press and draw the knee towards the collarbone. Inhale, arch, and bring the right arm up and overhead, sending the right leg out long. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. Exhale, bring everything back to center. 2 more times here. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press. Draw the knee in. Inhale, arch. Send the arm and leg out long. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press, and back to center. Last time here on the right side. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press, and draw the right knee towards the collarbone. Inhale, arch the back and send the arm and leg out long. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press. Inhale, arch. Exhale, press. And bring everything back to center. Let's windshield wiper those knees and let the gaze go in the opposite direction. Nice and gentle. Nice and gentle. And the next time you've evened things out, let's go ahead and exhale. Draw one knee and then the other in towards the chest. Hug the shins. Maybe take the nose towards the knee and make yourself a nice little ball here. And on the next inhale, go ahead and send both legs and both arms out long for a nice big stretch. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Maybe inhale and reach with the right arm and the right leg long. Exhale back to center, and then inhale and reach with the left leg and left arm out long. Exhale back to center. And then let's go ahead and bring the knees back into the chest. With your palms cupped around the knees here, let's make a couple little circles to each side. So inhale and take the knees out to the right together and down and away from the body. And exhale as you bring the knees in and up on the left side. Around and around. Inhaling as you extend the knees away and to the right. And exhaling as you bring the knees in from the left. And then switch directions, inhaling out and away from the body to the left, and exhaling to the right and up and in. Around and around, nice and slow, noticing how that feels on that small of the back. And then one last time, draw the knees in towards the face, bring the nose up towards the knee, make that nice little ball here. And begin to kind of rock yourself up and down the spine. Make it fun, just like a little kid rocking up and down the spine. Maybe you'll hear a few snap, crackle, pops here. If that's not comfortable, just go ahead and roll over to whatever side makes sense to you and push yourself up into a seated position. We're going to come to a nice, comfortable Sukhasana here, just in cross leg. Let your sit bones be firmly planted on the mat. Draw your crown up towards the sky, letting your spine be nice and long, thinking about each little vertebrae, visualizing it as little pearls, a little string of pearls coming up your back. And there's just a little elastic in that string of pearls, and it's being pulled from overhead and down into the earth, making space in between every single pearl of your back. Then let's inhale the arms out and up towards the sky along the ears into this nice victorious pose, drawing the pinkies towards one another. And then exhale, bringing the hands behind you to clasp behind your back and down near your tailbone. Opening up the shoulders, opening up the heart. Inhale here. And as you exhale, begin to hinge forward at the hips, maybe lifting your clasped hands up towards the sky, bringing the forehead towards the floor. And if that doesn't feel good to lift the hands, just let them rest down at the tailbone. And when you're ready, go ahead and release the hands and bring them out in front of you, kind of like a child's pose position. Inhale here, exhale. And then inhale and walk the hands over towards the right so that you're getting a nice stretch in the side body on the left. Pressing the left hip down into the mat so that you can really make space in between those left side body ribs. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhaling belly, solar plexus, chest. Exhaling chest, diaphragm, belly. The next time you inhale, walk the hands back to center. Stay for the exhale. And then inhale and draw those hands back up towards the sky in this nice victory pose, drawing the pinkies in towards one another. And then exhale and clasp the hands behind you, changing your clasp. So if the right index finger was on top last time, let the left one take the reins this time. Inhale here, and as you exhale, begin to hinge forward, maybe keeping the hands low at the tailbone, maybe lifting them up towards the sky. Opening up through the shoulders as the forehead reaches towards the floor. And then release the hands and let them come forward in front of you. Inhale here, letting the skin of the back stretch. Exhale. And then inhale and walk the hands over to the left. Pressing into that right hip as you breathe into the right side body. Opening up space between the ribs. Noticing what you feel in that right hip, in the right arm. Breathing that 3-part breath. And then inhale back to center. Exhale here. And then inhale again, hinging forward or hinging up, arms up alongside the ears in this wonderful victorious pose. And then slowly, slowly, slowly rotate the wrists all the way back towards the mat. Go ahead and take your feet over to the right side so that you're kind of sitting mostly on the left hip, and you have the feet out stacked next to each other so that the ankles are kind of near one another, sort of like a mermaid would be if she had legs and she was sitting on a rock somewhere. All fancy and sweet. Go ahead and lift those arms up again in that nice victorious pose. And as you exhale, twist to the left side and bring the right hand to the left knee. Just a nice little gentle twist here. Inhaling to lengthen that spinal column, that beautiful string of pearls. And exhaling into the twist. Inhale here. Exhale back to center. Bring the left palm to the mat next to the left hip and take that right hand out in front of you as if you were offering somebody a plate of hors d'oeuvres. And then inhale, pressing into that right palm, lift the hips up off the mat and bring the right arm over to arc over the right side of your head so that you are basically making a rainbow with the body. Reaching the right hand over towards the pot of gold. Pressing into that right hip. Maybe draw the heart up towards the sky to get more of a stretch in the front body. Or maybe draw the heart towards the earth to get more of a stretch in the back body. Breathing here, that nice 3-part breath. Inhale the right arm back to the sky, hips come back to the mat, and then switch sides. Bring those legs over to the left, sitting more on the right hip. Draw the fingertips out towards the side. And then inhale the arms up into victorious pose. And exhale, bringing the left hand to the right knee and twisting to the right. Inhale, drawing that beautiful pearl necklace nice and straight and even with all kinds of space in between the pearls of your back. And exhaling into your twist. Breathing here. And the next time you exhale, come back to center. Plant that right palm on the mat next to your hip. Draw the left hand out in front of you like you're offering another kind of hors d'oeuvres. And then inhale, press the left hip up towards the sky and draw the left arm up and over the left ear. Letting that beautiful rainbow stretch across the left side body. Play with this here, letting the heart face the earth or open up towards the stars. Finding what feels good in your body today. Breathing here. And then inhale to draw the left arm back to the sky and the hips back to the mat. And then let's go ahead and find just a short little shavasana. So go ahead and bring yourself back down to the mat. You can have your body in traditional shavasana with the legs out long. Arms open, palms facing up, snuggle those shoulders in toward one another and tuck the chin to keep the legs, to keep the neck long. You might want to press into the heels a little bit and lift the tailbone gently, just so that you can make sure that the small of the back is flat to the mat and nicely supported. If this isn't comfortable, you could always put a couple of pillows or blocks under the knees, or you could bend the knees and have them touching in this constructive rest position. If you're chilly, feel free to grab a blanket or something to cover up with. And then come back to that 3-part breath. Inhaling belly, diaphragm, sternum. Exhale, sternum, diaphragm, belly. Inhale, belly, that smile of the diaphragm in the chest. And reverse the flow, chest, diaphragm, belly. And as we're lying here in Shavasana, you have nowhere to go, nothing to do, just for these few minutes. It's just you and your mat and the sound of my voice. And think about your toes. Think about just relaxing the toes. And as the relaxation enters your toes, maybe let them fill up with a color. Whatever color comes to mind to you right now. Maybe it's red, maybe it's blue, maybe it's a beautiful, bright, warm yellow. Maybe it's a cool, soft purple. Whatever it is, don't think about it too much, just let it be. And let that color permeate all 10 toes. And as you continue to breathe, not worrying too much about the 3-part breath now, just breathing naturally. Let your whole, both feet relax completely. Filling up with that color, spreading that color up through your feet as it spreads softness and relaxation. Continue breathing as you let your ankles relax, your shins and your calves. Just noticing if you're holding any tension or tightness, and just let it go. And replace it with that beautiful color. Relaxing the knees. Let the fronts of the thighs relax and the hamstrings. Let the hips soften and fill up with that beautiful color. Bring the color and the relaxation into the belly, into the back, into the side body. Bring softness to the chest and the shoulder blades, letting that color spread all through you with a soft glow. And let the color and the relaxation come into the fingertips. You might be tense in the hands without realizing it, but just let that go. Let the wrists relax, the forearms, the elbows. Spreading that beautiful glowing color into your biceps and your triceps, into your shoulders, reaching across the collarbones into your neck and your throat, softening the jaw, letting the muscles of the face be soft. Feel the color in the back of your skull, in your ears, your temples. Softening the eyes and the forehead and the space between the brows. And lastly, let the color shine out of the crown, shine out of your toes, permeate your whole entire body, filled with this glorious glowing color. Maybe if it's a warm color, you feel warmth spreading throughout your whole body. And maybe if it's a cooler color, just this gentle, cooling sensation, like snowflakes gently falling to the ground. Just bathe in this light, breathing your own breath, knowing that you are safe